I want to talk about community asset as an underrated gift that we have in youth development. When you think about young people, what comes to mind? You think about them being rebellious. They are also at the same time curious. They want to be free. They sometimes are focused and sometimes they are not focused. A lot of time they imitate the things that they see. For young people, there's a lot of information that they get to hear, they get to see every day in their homes, in religious places, in educational settings, and among their friends, even on the media. Now, this information that they hear every day, while it creates some form of wisdom and opportunities, it also creates a whole lot of overwhelm. Many of them sometimes are completely confused and they are not even sure about their identity. So sometimes they think, is this right? Is this wrong? Should I uphold this or should I leave this out? So there's a lot of information, there's a lot of things combating with their mind and with their heart and with their identities, social identity, either they are as an African, or as a community, as a part of a community, or even a larger global context. Now, how does this create opportunities for young people and also for their parents and the society? We began to explore a kind of scenario whereby we have young people that have a different form of education. So we are not talking about formal system in this situation. We are thinking about a very decentralized form of education that leverages on the kind of history of how young people and children grow in the olden days and even in many communities today. We're thinking about a kind of education that is decentralized, that leverages more on the gifts, on the skills, on the history, on the wisdom, and the community assets that young people have. Now, when we talk about this community asset, one of the things that is very unique in communities is the power of collaboration and association. When young people can find the people that they can relate with, that can understand them, that have the skill sets to help them analyze, that have the history of helping other young people to create patterns and to create trends that help them succeed. This gives more young people the opportunity to have successes in different areas of their life. Now, the burden of wanting to think in their head alone and just researching, not knowing where to go, creates a level of complexity every day for them. But the opportunity that this kind of education creates is that they are leveraging on their gifts, they're leveraging on their skills, they are able to sift through what knowledge do I need right now and who do I need to talk to that can help me to figure out what I need to figure out. Now, the kind of people that will help them figure out is not just a top-down approach. It's not the teacher, is not is not even their parent, or it doesn't have to be somebody that has some form of authority and power. It's more about peer-to-peer learning. And this is the kind of thing that we started thinking about. If we can have a school without teachers, school without teachers does not mean that we want to eliminate the importance of teachers in the educational framework. But what we are talking about is the fact that teachers do not have to be people that have formal learning and are the only ones that have the authority of teaching or creating knowledge. Teachers these days and in the future would probably be custodians rather than the people that are creating knowledge for young people. And we are saying that for young people to begin to master how to bring knowledge and then analyze that knowledge and use it for something that could be impactful into their own lives and the lives of people, it is important for us to create a form of education that is not going to stop their creativity or their ingenuity from flourishing. So we want to create a school without teachers where everyone comes with their own knowledge, everybody comes with their own skills, everybody comes with their own problems, and at the same time, everybody comes with some form of solution. So this gives us leverage rather than blocking us from advancing in knowledge. So young people today are looking for opportunities where they are not afraid to share an idea. They are looking for opportunities where they have the freedom to create. They are looking for opportunities where they can imitate the good things or sometimes even the bad things, but in a very simple strategy or simple platform where they do not have to have massive consequences for the actions that they are taking. So they want to be among their friends. They want to be among people that consider them as friends rather than consider them as small as students instead of or too big to approach in that sense. And that's why we created this form of education in 2016. One of grassroots communities in Nigeria, it's called Afon Community in Kwara State, and we've been having the opportunity that young people that never had the opportunity to create with their hands, with their minds, and because their parents will beat them, because their teachers will flog them, they feel, why are you breaking that thing? Why are you why are you disturbing everyone? We gave them the opportunity and the leverage to create this kind of things where we had young girls that could now come to a place and they had the freedom to create, they had the freedom to break. So it gave them a bit of context to say that I belong to this community because now I can participate, I can make a contribution. And that's the kind of education that we hope that we can leverage on for more young people to create the kind of possibility that they want. The question I want to leave you with in helping young people to find their footing in their communities and around the world is, what if you can inspire more creative surprises through education and collaboration? What do you think the world is going to look like? If we can help more young people to think about education not just as teacher and students, to think about education not just as something that stops them from being curious, to think about education more as something that helps them to get more creative, more freedom, to create solutions, to come up with ideas, and to create the kind of world that they want to see. And then we give them leverage as well to collaborate either with young people, with their friends, with older people, with professionals, with corporate entities, perhaps to be able to create a better world for young people to find their footing, to also connect their identity to something that helps them to thrive in their life, and then we could have more prosperous nation. Thank you.